Hello everybody. Today I'm going to be showing you through uh, well, what is currently my track called Numb. And I'll just show you through the drop, and I might go into some of the break and how I made the break, and the trap breakdown bit. But yeah, I'll show you how it is from the build up. So yeah, obviously you can tell there's a lot going on. It's kind of like Brooks style. So first things first, I want to go through the drums, but more especially how the bass fits with the kick. So and how I did the sidechain. So basically, with the bass, we've got we'll just go here. We've got a layer, which is this. Uh, it'll normally look like that. Um, but then if we go show children, we've got these three instances playing or instruments playing, and we've got. Actually, turn that off. Might as well delete that. But we've got the sub. So we got swing set to just over 50%. Anyway, so the way we've routed the sidechain is we've done it differently for the two different basses. For the sub, we've if we just play that, if you look down here, we're routing it to bass sidechain, but this one we're routing it to normal sidechain here. And the difference is bass sidechain is using just fruity balance, but it is ducking. If we go back to here, we've got a fruity peak controller on here, detecting when the kick's coming in and ducking the volume by that. And the way we do that, you just pull up fruity peak controller, which is right here, and then just set it to these settings, which is basically the speed that the controller will basically control the volume, like the release and things like that. And then the bass is what it comes back to. So that's 80%. If you set this to 20%, the volume will go back to 80%, which is the default. So yeah, then you'd go into here, put a fruity balance so you can control the volume, and right click link to controller, and then choose whichever one you have, but the peak of it. So whichever controller. And then you go mapping formula inverted, and then accept. And then yeah, just mess around with the ducking so it fits properly, but basically this will mean so whatever kick you have in your track, and however long that bass plays for, this bass won't interfere at all. So you can have it you can have it punch through. And since this top bass, if we just since that top bass isn't really interfering that much, we can kind of just do a custom LFO in here, or if you've got Kickstart, that'll do the same trick. But yeah, that's for the kick and bass especially. Okay, so if we just delete this, I'm trying to get through as quick as possible. Lead. What is that? Right here. I've got a lot of cashmere stuff. That's just how I do it. Cashmere, 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 cashmere. Because I more focus on how I actually use it, rather than, you know, oh, he's using cashmere stuff. So, basically, got kicks, obviously, perks. Oh, crap. Then we got white noise. We got rides, hats, 2 claps. We got 2 claps. We've got stereo and mono. So stereo and with them you get this full sounding clap. And that's good if you have mono claps. They'll come through more on party speakers, because party speakers are like PA speakers are like always playing. They always play mono. They don't play stereo. And with these rides, cashmere rides right here, I pitched them up, so. Whatever. I don't care. It's a trick that people do to kind of rise it up. Couldn't, yeah. I just did this triplet pattern here. Went up into 1/3 of a beat. Keep in mind I'm high passing everything, and what I did with the claps. So I bust them both, routed them both to this claps instance, so I could control them both as one clap. And then I gave it a little reverb down here. So this is my reverb send, and this is going into sidechain. Basically, this is Valhalla Room, or you can use, you know, Fruity Reverb, whatever you want. Put it on full. And then I'm controlling it as well. So whenever I want the volume to stop, which is right here, I've got that reverb control, and you'll hear what it does if I show you real quick. If I just come on, where is this? Here we go. So it's kind of like a pullback. So it's kind of like if you guys know that. You know, when you render out the reverb of something and then reverse it, it's like that, except just controlling it by automation. And you know, I just kind of got that, just experiment. Originally just wanted to stop the reverb here so I could let this second lead play out. But yeah, that didn't end up happening. No, that did end up happening. I just pulled it into it because it gave it a bit more impact. Anyway, claps, white noise, simple fills. I am a little bit iffy about this fill because I've got this whole track and swing, but this fill is not. So, I mean, I don't really care about it right now, but I mean, whatever. Anyway, let's go into the lead. So I've only got 3. They're all 2 of them are linked. 2 of them are linked to the same channel. This is more mono stereo, and then this is just a clean detune to kind of just give it that support. And just kind of smooth it out so it's not just completely dirty, like if we deleted that. Just, it sounds really distorted and it doesn't really have that, you know, when you layer you kind of get that background detune and it sounds really nice. That's just kind of what that is. So yeah, these 2 are bust to the lead. And I've done a lot of things with reverb in this entire track, like ducking reverb to the actual instrument, which I'll show you with the second lead. But I didn't really do it with this one. I just linked it to the main reverb, and put some reverb on it itself, just so it has a mix. Um, that's for filtering, I think. But yeah, that's pretty much the lead. Oh crap! No, I didn't. Okay, so the way I did this lead, this is 25. This is these two right here. So I kind of do this in a lot of my tracks. I put a vocodex and then some type of distortion, but Camel Crusher usually works really well for me just because of the type of distortion that it actually is. And then compressed it. Turn the pre down, pulled the compression up, and then high passed it. And then this is just clean, just got a sound equalizer because I need more highs and saturation. Why is oh yeah, okay. But yeah, but then if you hear that with everything else, like if we didn't have that vocodex and Camel Crusher, it sounds okay, but it doesn't have that. You can kind of hear that distortion behind it, and the vocodex gives it a different tonality. This white noise just adds energy. I got these drone notes that I think they're just strings. They're kind of just subtle. They're just playing 3 octaves of the root note, I think. Um, then I got these clap pullbacks, which I couldn't be bothered sampling it and doing the fade in, so I just did an automation on the volume. I will do the second lead if we want to. Now this is actually really, 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 really annoying to do. Like I couldn't get the right lead to kind of do it, and I still don't even know if I want this to be the end lead, but I had this pluck like kalimba thing from Omnisphere. And what I did was see, I was trying around with the same thing that I was doing with the other lead. But what I did was detected the input of it to control the reverb, reverb controller. Come on. And that is ducking this reverb, which is completely wet signal, going through Maximus to be compressed because we want it to come back fast, and you want to be able to hear that reverb so it's more intense, and you can hear that like if you hear it here. You can hear it. It flutters like really fast, and when that comes through in the full mix, when you've got the bass and the piano and everything playing, it just adds another level of complexion and intensity to it. That's really good, in my opinion, anyway, for this kind of stuff. Anyway, we got hats here. Really simple, but when you put it with everything else, it sounds good. See, that's the thing. Anyway, this is just a stem from the break. Hold up. Oh yeah. Because basically, what I've done is first I had this track. I had made that probably about a week ago. Um, and I didn't really get back to it. I didn't have a drop. I just had this massive progressive, um, track. And yesterday or the day before yesterday, I think, I just started making a Future House drop, and I was like, let's make a video on a Future House drop. But I wanted it to be a simple Future House drop. But then I started making it and making it and making it, and then I got to here. Um, and then I realized I can put them both together. They're in the same key. They've got similar moods. I'm not gonna lie. And yeah, I wanted to make it work. And I'm kind of still in the phase of making it, of connecting it. Introducing new stuff, because basically we've got this bad boy down here, which is basically the entire section of this. And then this stuff here is lead mux to introduce the lead. So basically, if you hear it here, hold up, did I mess this up? Yeah, I moved it. Yeah, you can hear I copied the main leads MIDI and then just put it in another instrument. And then automated the. Let's just hear it so you can hear what I did. Automated the filter frequency, band 7, and then I also did the reverb mix. So it kind of comes closer, for when this trap bit comes in. Anyway, yeah, that's it. That's the drop. If you guys do want me to show you how I made the actual break, I can go into, because it's another project that I just had to render out, um, and I can show you through that one. Cause yeah, it's pretty. There's a lot of tempo change in that. Goes from 100 BPM to 126. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, if you liked it, obviously show some love. Would really appreciate it. And subscribe if you like what you hear. All that jazz, share around, and yeah, catch you guys later.